Good morning, students. Welcome to class 12 biology unit 3rd chapter 9. Yesterday we have read about hybridizations. The crossing of two genetically dissimilar plants is called hybridizations. Today's topic is types of hybridizations. It may be of three types: intraspecific, interspecific and intergeneric hybridizations. Intraspecific hybridizations means within the species or two varieties plants of the same species called intraspecific hybridizations. Cross between two varieties or subspecies of same species is called intraspecific cross. For example, many varieties of rice or paddy have been developed by crossing two subspecies of rice, that is Oryza sativa indica and Oryza sativa japonica. Interspecific between two species of same genus, mating or crossing between two different species of same genus is called interspecific hybridizations. It is also known as intrageneric hybridizations. First interspecific hybridization was successfully performed by Thomas Fairchild in between two species of Carnation dianthus caryophyllus and Dianthus barbatus. Interspecific hybridization is used when the desirable character is not found within the species of a crop. It is an effective method of transferring desirable genes into cultivated plants from their related cultivated or wild species. It is more successful in vegetatively propagated species like sugarcane, potato than in seed propagated species. Interspecific crosses are fully fertile in the case when the crossing species have complete chromosomal homology. It can be seen in cotton, wheat, oat, soya bean, etc. Interspecific crosses are partially fertile between those species which differ in chromosome number but have some chromosome in common. For example, cotton, wheat, etc. Interspecific crosses are fully sterile between those species which do not have chromosomal homology. The case of fully sterile situation can be made self-fertile by doubling of chromosome through colchicine treatment. Such situations are encountered in tobacco, wheat, brassica, bigno, cotton, etc. Examples: origin of Brassica carinata from interspecific hybridization of Brassica oleracea and Brassica nigra. After the doubling of chromosomes, it becomes fertile, but in natural process it is sterile. Third is intergeneric. Intergeneric hybridization means mating or crossing between two genus of same family, referred as intergeneric hybridization. This type of hybridization is rarely used in crop improvement program because of various problems associated with them. This type of hybridization is used only when the genes for desirable characters are not found in different species of the same genus. It has been generally used in asexually propagated species or vegetatively propagated species. The F1 hybrid of intergeneric crosses are always sterile, means they cannot produce further generations. Fertility has to be restored by treating those colchicine to create doubling of chromosomes. some important intergeneric classes. Limited success has been reported by the scientists in creation of new variety through intergeneric hybridizations. Although intergeneric classes have limited success, but scientifically some intergeneric classes are very important. Two very important intergeneric classes are Redis cabbage cross Karpachenko, 1928, perhaps the first scientist to make first intergeneric cross in dicotyledons between Redis, Raphanus sativus and cabbage brassica oleracea, varieties capitata of the family Brassicaceae. Main objective of Russian scientists was to combine root of Redis with leaves of cabbage. The F1 was esteri. The doubling of chromosome number by treating with colchicine resulted in development of fertile amphidiploid, which was named as Raphanobrassica by him. Cross was successful, but the new species thus developed has roots like cabbage and leaves like Redis, which was a useless combination. In Redis, roots are useful, in cabbage, leaves are useful. But the variety produced by this cross have root like cabbage and leaf like Redis. Second was wheat-rye cross, development of triticales. Swedish scientist Rimpau around 1890 crossed wheat, triticum aestivum and rye, Secale cereali of the family Poaceae. The F1 was fully sterile and was made fertile through colchicine treatment. The amphidiploid obtained after colchicine application was named as triticales, which is also known as first man-made cereals. Here, triticales is the first man-made cereal. Triticales had combination of yield potential and grain quality of wheat and hardness of rye. Several improved varieties of triticales have been developed and released for commercial cultivation in Argentina, Canada and Mexico like countries. Triticale is the best example of practical achievement of intergeneric hybridization. Significance of interspecific and intergeneric crosses. Various characters such as disease resistance, dwarfiness, tolerance, etc. have been transferred from wild species to the cultivated species through intergeneric and interspecific hybridizations. Success has been achieved in case of interspecific hybridization in wheat, paddy, potato, tobacco, oat, tomato, ladyfinger, sugarcane, strawberry, etc. There are two useful examples of intergeneric hybridization. First is triticale and another example is maize tripsum cross. Application of distant hybridization in crop improvement of plant breeding program is not an easy task due to occurrence of cross incompatibility, hybrid inviability, hybrid sterility, etc. To develop successful wide crosses, it is necessary to use one or more difficult phenomena like tissue culture, protoplast culture, bridge crossing, grafting, creation of polyploidy, etc.
मिनट करने
mutation breeding. Mutation is the sudden change in structure or number of chromosomes or sudden heritable change in a characteristic of an organism. Such a change may occur due to change in gene or chromosome. Mutation may be spontaneous or induced. It may be natural or artificial. The utilization of induced mutation for crop improvement is known as mutation breeding. Mutations are induced in organisms with the help of some agents. These agents are known as mutagens. It may be chemical or physical in nature. Physical mutagens are radiation like UV rays, X-rays and gamma rays. Likewise, important chemicals mutagens are nitrous acid, mustard gas, ethyl methyl sulfonate, nitromethyl urea, nitroso-ethylurea, etc. Some example of crop varieties developed through mutation breeding are Sarvati, Sonara and Pusa Larma variety of wheat were developed in India through mutation in parent varieties like Sonara 64 and Larma Rojo. Atomita 2, a variety of paddy, has been developed in Indonesia, which is very much productive. Co 8152 variety of sugarcane was developed through gamma radiations in the parent variety Co 527. So far, more than 500 varieties of crops have been developed in different parts of world by mutation breeding. Polyploidy breeding. If an organism contains more than 2 sets of chromosomes, it is called polyploidy and the situation is known as polyploidy. In most of the organisms, chromosomal number is 2n, means it is found in double helical form, but sometimes it may become 3n, 4n, 6n. These situations are called polyploidy. Means the pair is not changed, but number of chromosomes are changed. On the basis of number of chromosomal cells, polyploidy may be triploidy, 3n, tetraploidy, 4n, pentaploidy, 5n, hexaploidy, 6n. It may be of two kinds: autopolyploidy in this type of polyploidy, the extra chromosomal sets belong to same species. It is produced due to irregularity in meiosis during gametogenesis or sporogenesis. It is artificially produced by colchicine. Significance of autopolyploidy is very much useful for us. For example, seedless banana and grapes are autotriploid. Large size watermelon are autotetraploid in nature. And allopolyploidy here the extra chromosomal set in a plant species come from another species. It is produced by a cross between two species or genera. A triploid allopolyploid plants may be represented as two parental chromosomes and one non-parental, where two genomes is from one species and genome B from another species. Likewise, a tetraaloploidy may be with one set from one species and other set from other species. Significance of allopolyploidy: from evolution and origin of new plant varieties and species point of view, yellow polyploidy is very much important. It caused origin of many plant species and varieties. It can be understood by following two examples: origin of Brassica species, three diploid of Brassica by Brassica campestris, Brassica nigra and Brassica oleracea are commonly found in nature. Their basic chromosome number are 10, 8 and 9. Their genome are represented by AA, BB and CC. A natural class occurred between Brassica campestris AA and Brassica nigra BB, from which Brassica janecia AABB is produced. A similar class also occurred between Brassica campestris AA and Brassica oleracea CC, give rise to Brassica nepus AA CC. Likewise, Brassica carinata BBC CC was produced by the cross between Brassica janecia and Brassica oleracea. And second example is origin of modern breed of wheat. Wheat triticum vulgare is a natural yellow polyploid. It has two genomes each of Triticum monococcum AA and Aegilops aspeltioides BB and Aegilops asquerosa DD. Thousands of years ago, a natural cross occurred between Triticum monococcus AA, 2n equal to 14, diploid variety, and the goat grass Aegilops aspeltioides BB, which also has 2n equal to 14, and a sterile diploid hybrids AB was formed. The natural chromosomal doubling occurs through which an allotetraploid breed Triticum turgidum was developed. It further caused with another species of Aegilops, that is a Aegilops asquerosa. The chromosomal doubling in the hybrid thus formed gave rise to the modern breed wheat, Triticum vulgare and Triticum aestivum. Where 2n is equal to 64. Improvement in the species of wheat. In ancient time, 10,000 to 15,000 BC, only one wild species of wheat, Triticum bioticum, was present. Triticum monococcum is another species of wheat which is used by man. Both of these species were diploid and having only 14 chromosomes, means 7 pair of chromosomes. Accidentally or suddenly, Triticum monococcus was crossed with goat grass Aegilops aspeltioides or Triticum aspeltioides. This cross is also diploid, 2n is equal to 14 chromosomes, Offsprings of Triticum monococcum and Triticum esplotides is sterile. A polyploid species having 2n equal to 28 means 14 pair of chromosomes formed from sterile hybrids. It was named as Triticum turgidum. This is the breed from which modern breed Triticum durum was evolved. For this, Triticum turgidum is crossed with Aegilops asquarosa. There are also 2n equal to 14 to produce a sterile triploid. 3n equal to 21. During the course of development, sterile triploid plants are treated with colchicine to produce hexaploid. 6n equal to 42 varieties of wheat such as Triticum aestivum, modern bread wheat. It is used all over the world. Improvement in the species of maize. The present day maize plant produce grain locked in their cobs with the further covered tightly by a spade. Such an arrangement is of great advantages to the farmer. However, an arrangement without the benefit of seed dispersal is disadvantageous to wild plants. The wild ancestor of maize must have had the exposed cob to scatter the mature grains. It must have been very difficult for the early cultivars to pick these grains one by one by hands. Therefore, mutation that covered the cob tightly by a spade must have been occurred in the past and must have been picked up by early cultivars to develop an improved variety of maize. By using technique of plant breeding, 6 varieties of maize have been developed. G maize, Everta, popcorn, G maize, Secreta, sweet corn, G maize, Amylaceae, soft corn, G maize, Indentata, dent corn, G maize, Crinatina, mommy corn, and G maize, Indurata, flint corn. These are used for various purposes. After plant introduction, second step of plant breeding is plant selection. Second step of plant breeding is plant selection. This is the method of selecting healthy and superior seeds or fruits which are used for sowing in next year. It is practiced by all the farmers. They used to select healthy seeds every year and use them as propagules for the next crop. Many varieties of cereals, vegetables and fruits have been developed by selection. It is found in 2 types, natural selection and artificial selection. Artificial selection is mainly 3 types: mass selection, pure line selection and clonal selection. Third step of plant breeding is evolution. Experiment of every variety which got exported and stored. Evolution is done on the basis of characteristics listed in various subcenter where it is grown. Then multiplication and distribution. After the evolution, when any variety is given extra productions and their other characters are better than parent variety, then these varieties are launched in new variety. Through multiplication, extra quantity of their product will be distributed in the farmers. Other methods of plant breeding like tissue culture. Plant tissue culture is the important field of biotechnology. The term tissue culture is commonly used in very wide sense to include in vitro culture of plant cells, tissues and plant organs. But in strict sense, tissue culture denotes in vitro cultivation of plant cell in an unorganized mass. For example, callus culture. Callus is an unorganized and undifferentiated mass of tissue produced by growth and division of the constituent cells of an explant tissue. It undergoes differentiation that leads to the development of organ and organ system, and finally it regenerates into a plantlet. Thus, tissue culture is an experimental process through which a mass of cells or callus is produced from an explant tissue, and the callus produced in this way can be used directly either to regenerate plantlets or to extract to some primary and secondary metabolites. In other words, tissue culture is a collection of that experimental processes through which plants are developed in controlled and aseptic condition from isolated cells or tissue or organs like pollen sac or pollen grain or embryo or embryoids. When appropriate culture conditions were provided, cell masses could then proceed along various developmental pathways to regenerate shoot and root organs and eventually whole plants. Aims of plant tissue cultures: to develop new plant from the plant organ other than seed, to produce hybrid varieties of plants, to produce disease-free plants from diseased plants, to reduce the period of reproductive cycle, development of haploid plants, production of new plant varieties by somatic hybridizations, to develop stress-resistant plants, and to develop transgenic plants. Basic requirements: of plant tissue culture. Important requirement of plant tissue culture laboratory are: first thing is laboratory. For tissue culture or micropropagations, 3 such clean rooms are required. Their possibilities of contamination are least. In general, a space for following is needed: for the washing, drying, storage of vessels and explant preparations, preparation, sterilization and storage of media, aseptic handling of explant and cultures, maintenance of culture and observation of cultures. In a modern laboratory, provision for activities first and third means the washing, drying, storage and aseptic handling of explants can be made in single room. Activities second in second room. in preparation, sterilization and storage of media in second room, culture room, and remaining 4-5 activities, maintenance of culture and observation of culture, should be made in third room. Apparatus. Plant tissue culture require forceps, scalpels, needles, culture flask, culture tube, petri dishes, autoclaves, UV lamp, laminar airflow, hot air oven, microscope, pH meter, inoculation chamber, etc. Nutrient medium. Nutritional requirement for optimal growth of plant organ, tissue, cell and protoplasm in vitro generally varies from species to species. It is therefore no single medium as such can suggested as being entirely satisfactory for all type of in vitro cultures. However, most of nutrients media which have been developed for tissue culture contains inorganic salts, major and minor elements, vitamins and sucrose as the main component. Nutrient medium containing these components is called as the basal medium. Some growth regulators such as auxin, cytokinin and gibberellins are added to the basal medium either singly or in various combinations. All components of nutrient media are dissolved in water and about 0.8% agar is added to it if there is a need to solidify. After adding agar, water is converted into gel state from solution state to gelatinous state. Its pH is regulated to 5.8. Now medium is dispensed in flask, petri dishes, culture tube. These culture bowls are plugged with cotton. Such plugging of culture allow to gaseous exchange and prevent the entry of microorganisms which contaminate the media. The composition of niche and void culture medium has been given in the list, like the magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, calcium chloride, potassium nitrate, sodium hydrogen phosphate, manganese sulfate, zinc sulfate, copper sulfate, potassium iodide, etc. Fourth requirement is aseptic condition. To avoid culture media from the contamination of microorganisms, it is necessary that a completely aseptic condition is maintained in and around the culture equipment so that microorganisms fail to contaminate the nutrient medium. Following subsequent methods are used to overcome these problems. The medium can be completely sterilized in an autoclave by maintaining the temperature at 121 degrees centigrade and pressure at 15 IBS for 15 minutes. The isolated plant part or explant should be surface sterilized by sodium hypochlorite solution. Finally, strict precautions are taken to prevent the entry of microorganisms while the plug of a culture is removed to transfer the plant material to the nutrient medium or from one medium to other medium. For this, all operations are done in completely aseptic conditions. Other requirements are light, temperature arrangement, aeration for culturing of plant organ. Light having 2000 to 3000 lux intensity is required. When plants become capable for photosynthesis, then their light requirement gets increased. At this stage, light having 3000 to 5000 lux intensity should be made available by fluorescent tubes. Temperature arrangement. Tropical plants require relatively high temperature than the temperate plants, normally 20 to 26 degrees centigrade plus or minus 2 degrees suitable for plant tissue culture. Growth chamber are used to provide a specific temperature to culture plant pots or plantlets. And air condition is required for controlling room temperature. Next requirement is the aeration. Light, temperature, and aeration. There must be proper arrangement of aeration of culture tissue in the methodology in vitro culture. If the plant pot is grown on the surface of semi-solid medium, it requires sufficient aeration without a special device. However, if liquid medium is used, plant pot, since it gets submerged, require some special device for proper aerations. Filter paper bridge is a device which is used for aeration. More commonly, aeration is provided by shaking the flask or tube on an automatic shaker. Beside supplying oxygen to the plant pot, shaking of medium also brings about dissociation of the tissue into a small clump and even single cell.